So logging into Screencastify is pretty straightforward, but you go to the My Account. It doesn't actually have like a login thing or sign in. You go to screencastify.com, which is kind of new because it used to be the extension part, which we'll look at as well. And you would go to My Account in the top right-hand corner. And then you're going to sign in with Google. So you don't create an account. Do not sign up for an account. Make sure you just use your Google and you'll be fine. So it'll just prompt you for that if you've been on the device already and signed in with Google and get you started there. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. Also, if you haven't added the extension, which is a Chrome extension, it's free. You should go ahead and do that. So that'll be on that home page before you sign in. You'll see add to Chrome and then it'll prompt you to install it. So I'm going to come out of the slide deck just to show you that real quick because that's kind of the big deal for today. Let me see if I can get out of here. So when I go here, and I'm going to sign out so you can see that. No, now it's doing the app. I want the Screencastify. Sorry. Look like yours. So you go to screencastify.com. Okay, and so this is where you're going to sign in under My Account. So you're going to click that, but what we'd love for you to do is add the Chrome extension. And so what the Chrome extension looks like when you click on it, it's going to ask you to install. There'll be an install over here that says install. Mine's already installed, so it's going to look a little different than yours if you haven't done it already. And then what you'll see up here in your extensions bar, which is right across from your URL. So I'm at the very top of my screen. I've got this chrome.google, blah, 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 blah. Keep going over. And you should see this little extensions, looks like a little puzzle piece. I have some extensions that are already pinned, and this is the one that's Screencastify. If you don't have any pinned, you can click on the extensions puzzle piece up there at the top, and you can put a little pin drop there. It'll turn blue, and you can unpin if you want. I don't need Equagio right now or the remote desktop, but maybe I just want my Bitmoji extension and my Screencastify extension. And that's really great to have because it's just a quick way for you to start recording videos and sharing your screen. That should be, Amy, it should already be loaded on there, but it might be hidden in that puzzle piece, so they might have to pin it. If not, I'll double check. I didn't have my student Chromebook with me today, but I will definitely, I'm writing that down right now, and I'll actually check on, my son isn't home, but I'll check on his. So I'll look for you, but it should be in there already. If not, we can use those same steps to get them to have the extension as well. So that's two big things, is just getting into it. So having that extension piece, also logging in. So I'm going to go back here and log in to my account, and it's want me to sign in with Google, ask me which account, and then I'm in. So this is pretty new. So this is kind of a new feature for them. It used to just be the extension and then your recordings, and that was it. But this will show you your subscription. So you have from the district an unlimited record and an unlimited edit. And again, we don't have the submit because going unlimited with the submit is a whole lot of extra stuff. So it's a lot. It's like $30,000. So we haven't, and since it's brand new, we haven't really tested it out. And so this is our first PD on it. There you go, Tammy. I put that in the chat for you. And thanks, Jamie. And then, you know, you could purchase it. You can go unlimited and look at that. And then there's the integrations for those, Amy and Jamie, you were talking about the integrations. This is the Google Classroom one. So you can turn that on for the submit feature. There's different ways that you can, for the other things that we're going to look at today, that you can use. So you don't have to have the submit to do the really cool stuff. This is just one little feature, and this one costs money. The other ones are free. So that'll be really great. So you can go in there and turn that on. So we've got over here the three kind of big things that we're going to look at today: the record, the edit, and submit. We're going to just touch on these lightly, because our big thing today is to show you how the formative assessment features work that are new. But if you have never used Screencastify and you need some help with this, I've got tons of resources in the slide deck, but then I would love to meet with you. We could get together. I could come out to your school during your planning or after school, whenever. I think it would probably be better than being on Zoom to really show you how that works. So, but I can do that. I would love to do that with you. So definitely, if you are excited about what we are looking at today, just email me and we can set up some time when I can come out next week and see ya. Okay, so let's look at back in here in our slide deck. I'm on slide 4. You can actually click on these number icons on slide 4 and it'll take you directly to that. So later on, if you want to share this out with someone or you're going back to look at stuff, this is kind of our table of contents for the all-in-one. And we just looked at the submit feature, but I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm just going to click the next button here. And we're going to talk about, just again, briefly, the record and edit, but there are some great features in it. The submit I put an asterisk by because it's a paid subscription and you have unlimited record and editing features. So we continued that from last year when we were virtual. So this is where your resources are going to be. So you can record yourself just talking. You can do webcam only. You can do audio only. And then you could do all of them together and multiple combinations of all of them with your screen as well. So you can screen share. I've been using Screencastify before I actually paid for it, which I'm kind of tight and usually wouldn't do that, but I love it. It's so, I feel like for me, it was just I like the platform. I like the way it looks, even though they changed it up on me this past few months. But I have an ease with it. I do use some other screen features that I pay for outside that I like a little better for editing. But for what I was doing as a teacher and a DLC, I've been using it for about 5 years or so. So I love to be able to record short lessons. I have teachers that have used it for flipped classrooms, for blended learning. A lot of you might have used it to record yourself during virtual learning. It's great if you're going to be absent or you have a sub or you just want to put content. I think for VLA, it would be awesome because you can put your content there and then you can support during your time with your students. It's a wonderful feature and the recording is super easy. So if you click that link, it'll take you out to some video to help you with that. Editing videos, if you want to make some awesomer videos with the cut and the crop, you can zoom in, you can blur. I actually had to use the blur the other day when I was videoing some of the work that we were doing at Coventry Oak, and I had forgotten that some of the kids had opted out they had their opt-out form for media, so I had to blur some of them. So the blur is really easy to use. There's some text features. Again, doesn't have, kind of the fun dynamics that Flipgrid would, but I think for what we're doing, the texting is great. You can make a title. You could add text features for your students that, might have hearing issues or need to see captions. If they're having, if you want that feature in there, it's great. And I would really like that I can import other clips into my clip. So once I make a video, I can actually bring in other videos into it, which I love that part, because then I can add, from other classes, or I can add something from YouTube if I download it as an MP4. I can bring all that in. So I like that feature too. So if you want to learn more about editing on your own, you can click that link. We just looked at submit. So submit is an assignment feature that allows you to create those video submission assignments. So it's like a Flipgrid. And so this is the link to do that and to look at that, which we'll do in a minute. And then if you need any other help, there's a help center that has a ton of resources. They have a YouTube channel, and they actually have certification as well. Now, some of those aren't going to include the stuff that we are looking at today because it's so brand new. Like I couldn't find many videos on what we're going to talk about today, which is kind of outside of these three things. So record, edit, and submit are just the tip of the iceberg. And again, submit is paid for. You're going to have to pay for that feature, but it has some, you can do one assignment at a time, and it's not just to try it out. It's kind of fun. Okay, so when you create a video, you have a ton of different options in terms of sharing out your videos. So we're going to assume for right now that we already know how to create a video, that we've already recorded a video, and that we're ready, to jump in. So this is their new, what's called watch page. It has a lot more stuff going on than you might have seen before. What's really neat about this watch page now, and I love it, is that I used to have to export my videos to YouTube for them to be quick and for me to put them places. I don't have to do that anymore. I can actually just use this copy share link, and I can share out my video, and it is really fast. So this is the lightning fast loading that they just created. And it's a nice looking video too. It's not like crappy in terms of what it looks like. So there's this copy share link where you can just share your video out like in seconds. You can make the video, hit that copy share link, and then your students will open up a page where they can watch your video. But you also have options of being able to integrate that into Canvas and Google Classroom. So you can see right there, Amy, there's already a Google Classroom here. The Canvas, we've got instructions for that. It's going to be a little bit different, but you can share out a video right away. So I wanted to show you like how easy it is to get your video out. It's ready to go. Now, I'm not going to share out a 30-minute video. Also, that's just not what our kids need. So, up to 10 minutes or so, if you can bulk those up in even shorter videos, I think that's even better for your students. But, we usually don't make one more than 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes is kind of crazy. It might take a little bit for it to load more than like a 1-minute video, but it's still very fast. And then no ads, no distractions. I'm not having to worry about, skip ads at the beginning of a YouTube video. So I don't have to do much down here like I used to. And I might just want to share out a video. Like I just might have a video and then I want to have an assignment in Canvas. This is just a really quick way to disseminate like directions to your students who need a visual aid and need to hear your voice when you're for those directions to get out how to do an assignment. I think it's wonderful. So at the very least, if you just want to create a video to put out information to your students, you got the copy share link. We can integrate it into your LMS pretty quickly, and then we're ready to go. Jamie, our students to their school YouTube page. So students don't have YouTube pages anymore. But if you have a school YouTube, like if you're doing something with, putting out information about your school's YouTube page, they should be able to. Down here, there's an export video, but they would have to have the rights to that page. And I don't know how, we don't have any, our students don't have YouTube rights anymore, which in a way kind of stinks, but they were having too much trouble with it, if you can imagine. So yeah, does that answer your question? Yeah. I just found that out last year because I was having my Carter G. Woodson scholars make videos for me to like get our students ready for virtual learning. And then they were like, we can't get on. So yeah. Well, glad I could tell you. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But yeah. But you can still use copy link features and put the information out that way too. Or they could send you the video and then you could put those videos in Screencastify and you could link them together if you wanted to too, because you could, in the edit feature, you can import clips from all over the place. So anyway, so at the very least, I wanted to say this first. It's weird that I'm just throwing out this watch page link and we haven't really gotten to where that is yet. But we're about to get into some really neat formative assessment stuff. And I wanted you to know that you don't have to do that stuff. You can, but you don't have to share out videos. You can just share out a video like we always have. So I did want to make sure that that was clear. Okay, so here's how to create a Screencastify submit assignment if you really are interested in that. There's a video here to do it, but I'm going to actually come out and show you how easy it is, how I created that one today. So I am going to go back into my account really quick and I'm going to hit submit on the side, left-hand side. I can see my assignments here. And it's probably not going to it's not going to let me make a new assignment. We'll see what it does. We'll try it. But I can click on here. I can get the shareable link if I need to share that out with more of you to do later. It shows the date. I can close the assignment or I can even edit the assignment if I need to. But I'll show you where the submissions takes you out to that Google Drive again so I can watch your videos. So that's pretty neat. It's probably going to tell me, yeah, I've reached my assignment limit. But if I close that assignment, let's try it. I'm going to close it. And it should still have my submissions there. So maybe that's this might be great. I didn't know this might work this way. Oh, yes, look at that. Okay, so look what I did. Okay, so once I close that assignment, then I have it. So it might be good to use the free version. I thought it was going to like make me delete it, but it didn't. So I can do a Google Classroom. So Amy, your question about Google Classroom again, I can create that assignment in Google Classroom and then the student videos are automatically turned in on the Classroom. But I'm going to do a submit link because I don't have Google Classroom for my kids. I have Canvas, let's say. So, and we'll talk about that Canvas integration here in a little bit for those of you in VLA and high school and middle school. And so I'm just going to hit next. And then it will say, what type of video do you want people to submit to you? So you can do webcam recording only. If you want them to share their screen, like they're doing a presentation or they've done some work that you want them to show you, or you could just do the screen only. I like the webcam because it's authentic, that you can see the students and then you know it's them. So you could choose any of those three. I'm going to do this one is screen and webcam and then hit next. And then all it is, and this is why I love it, is a title and an instruction. So the title might be Veterans Day, which is next week. Let's talk about that, or the history of Veterans Day. And then maybe this is you're doing choose someone in your life that is a veteran, or choose a veteran online that you would like to research. And then you would explain what you wanted in the video, include in your video, blah, blah, blah. So I could put a ton of stuff in here. Like I can put, I'm pretty sure I can put pictures. I'm going to go look. I didn't look at that enough, but there are ways for you to put like an image in here as well in the instructions. I'm going to hit next here. And then, but I'll look that up for you. So this is the confirmation settings. So this is anyone with a link or anyone in my organization. So that's the Fayette at STU at Fayette County, or anyone with a link. And then this is where the video privacy. So cannot view any videos, can view their own video, or can view all videos. Sometimes I like that because I don't want them to go in and look at the videos yet. And then you get email notifications when videos are submitted if you want, or you can turn that off. And then it's go. That's it. That's all you have to do. And now it's live. And I can copy that link. I can paste it in my Google Classroom. If I didn't want to integrate it, I can put it in Canvas. And then it's got a folder where it's going to put all of those submissions. And then I can even preview what it looks like, so I know it's working. And then I can see all the instructions. I can go back and edit it if I need to. And then I can hit record and do one. I could even record one so I could see that it worked. So that's how easy the submit feature is. And I'm going to close this one so that anymore. And I don't think I don't know how to delete it yet either, but I'll look that up for you too. So that's submit. So the cool part about that, which I didn't know, is that if I close it, then I can open a new one. So as long as I've got all the students submitted that I want to, and then I can use a different one, I would challenge you to try it maybe this semester and do like one, short video just for that, just to see how it works. We do have Flipgrid that's free and wonderful, but if you wanted to try this, again, it's kind of all in one encompassing there too. So, all right, so that's submit. And I'm going to go back to our presentation. And again, I put the link here to buy it as well. And there's a video on how to, everything we just do is in a video. So if you forget everything I said, which I'll probably forget in an hour from now, you can look at that video. And then it has some more stuff. Okay, so here's the Canvas integration link. Jamie, you were asking about that. On slide 9, I've got the link for how to do that. And I haven't done that yet. So if you want to try it out, and if it's not working well, give us a call or email me and we can get on Zoom and see how that's working, because I haven't used that submit Canvas feature just yet, but I did find the directions for us. But the Google Classroom is literally just that little tab there so far. But Canvas always has some extra steps to it. But that's on slide 9 for that submit integration. Then there's a little video about favorite ways to use it, so you can look at that later. They've got some neat resources. Okay, so that submit feature is obviously a formative assessment, and it's so authentic because it's a video, and you're getting that wonderful student voice that you might not get in your classroom all the time, or in a video chat if you're doing VLA. So I love that. But now here are the new features that are formative assessments that are free. So this now is on that watch page. So again, let's say we already have made our video and we want to make it more interactive. So here comes the Ed Puzzle part of it. So Screencastify has a new feature where you can insert questions, into your video, all in that one watch page, which is what they're calling it. So we're going to try it. I'm going to paste this link, hopefully, into your chat, and I want you to try it. Let's see if this one works. So I'm going to paste this into the chat, and I want you to try this. So this is a video I made. It's dumb. Don't even listen to it. But I just found a video real quick that I wanted to play with so that you could see what that looks like on the student end. So again, I've got to be logged in to Screencastify, signed in with my Google. If you click on that link for me right now, it should open up a new window that you can kind of get out of the Zoom window and go outside to the Screencastify window. And then I feel like it looks very Ed Puzzly, if you've ever used Ed Puzzle before. So you'll hit play.
Hi, today we're going to talk about how to copy your.
I'm just going to turn the I'm just going to turn the voice off, and then it's going to pull up a question. So you try it for a minute. In fact, you don't have to. I just wanted you to see the first question. You can do the first two. You don't have to go on from there, but try it just to see what you think. And then if you've got any questions, you want to put it in the chat for that. And when you're finished, come back to the Zoom window. So click on that link in the chat, try that, try the first two questions. This will be helpful for me to show you some data too. So I appreciate you participating. And then come on back to the Zoom when you're finished. Oopsies. Some stuff in the way here. Okay, so questions in the chat when you're finished. What questions would you have about what you're seeing here with this interactive question feature? Okay, Amy's got a really good question. Yes, Jamie, yes. Yeah, so, okay. So Amy has a great question. Will you get to see the final results of each student's answer? Yes, which that platform is unbelievable to me. I can't wait to show it to you. And then Jamie said it doesn't allow you to skip ahead. Absolutely terrific. What's even better is that if you come to the Zoom screen right now, I had already started the quiz and then came back into it and it saved where I was. So if a student has to stop, they can come back in, it'll meet them right where they were at, which I love that too. So it's got some really great features. I really like it. I love how I've now created a video. I don't have to pay for Edpuzzle. This is absolutely free for you. So it's like having Edpuzzle for free. And you bring in the videos, you can bring in other videos too. It's unlimited, Jamie. So yeah, loving it. Okay, so those are great questions. So I appreciate those questions. So I've got all those answers here on slide 13. So an overview of the interactive questions. So you can engage your students with a video, but then you can get feedback knowing that you get immediate feedback on their answers, which I'll show you where that is in a minute. They can't skip ahead. They have to answer the question to move forward, but they can, again, if they have to stop and come back into it, they can. They have to, they can only answer the questions once, so they can't change their answer, and it does show them the correct answer. They have to sign in with Google, and probably we're going to see a change. This is my guess. I haven't read this at all, but right now the only type of question is a multiple choice with one correct answer. So it doesn't have like where you can choose two choice answers in that fashion. But for right now, that's pretty good for them just starting, and it's free. So you were able to answer the questions without watching the video? Like you skipped ahead? Stop it. Is that true? Ah! By clicking on the dots? Oh, poo. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look it up. I wonder if it's because of your permissions or something. I'm going to look it up. Click on the dots. So it wouldn't let them skip through the video, but they could click on the dots. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
disappointing.
so I wasn't able sorry, it's easier for me to talk, I
Oh,
just
sure. No, go.
no. I wasn't able to drag, like, through the video, but I was able to click on the dots in
Okay.
order to answer the questions.
Questions. Okay.
So, I mean, more than likely the kids are gonna get I mean, if your video is informative and it's like new content, they're not gonna
Right.
get things right, and they can't go back. So, I mean, there are I don't
Hmm.
know what unless they're just trying to get through the assignment really quickly kinda
Right.
thing.
Yeah. That's good to know, though. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, yeah, I'll look into that too. Maybe we can talk to them about making sure they can't click the dots. I'll be talking to Screencastify this week. Okay, so here's how you um, get into that interactive mode. First of all, like, how do you get to your recording after you've recorded it? So again, we're assuming you've already recorded. You've used either the record feature, which is in your account, which this window right here is from screencastify.com that we were in. This window is from the extension. So that was in that top little puzzle piece where we saw the little icon that has the little arrow. So you can go to either place. So you can record there or you can record from here. It's going to give you those same features. But to create the interactive questions, let's say I record the video and then I'm not doing the questions right then. You can access them. You can access your already recorded videos through the screencastify.com and open my recordings. Just click on record and then open my recordings. Or you can go to the Chrome extension and click on the little I always say the waffle, the hamburger, which is these three little vertical line, or God bless, it's Thursday, horizontal math teacher, horizontal lines, and that will take you to my recordings. You'll click on my recordings. So that's sometimes a little tricky. It's like, how do I get to my recordings? Like, you can go through the website, the actual site itself, or you can go through the extension. So those instructions are right there for later for you. Okay, so then once you're in that watch page, once you click on your video, it'll pull this up. So, and I'll go through all these steps with you so you can see how it works in a minute, but I wanted you to see that you have everything here. So first, you're going to create the interactive questions. So you have a rectangle icon here to click to do the interactive questions. Once you've got those complete, then you would do the same, share that link or integrate it through Google Classroom, or we can use the Canvas integration that we have instructions for. And then you're good to go. And then Amy's question about seeing that data, we're going to look at it in a minute because it's spectacular. You also can do a little watch page preview with this little eyeball up here in the top right across from watch page. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you the steps so that you can see how that works. So I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to find a video. I'm going to add in questions and show you the share. So let me get out of here. I'm actually going to show you how to get to it through. I'm going to actually close some of these because I don't want all this open. Okay, I'm actually going to show you through the extension because that's a little trickier, but and you might not have that much experience with it. But once you click on this little arrow, when you have your extension, you'll see here, this is how we record. So it's got my microphone on and it hears me talking. But when I click the little hamburger there and go to my recordings, then it loads every video I've ever done. And here is your unlimited recording. Oh my goodness. Sorry. Okay. But I did one today for us that I put up top. And titling them is really important because it puts them in here as in the order in which you did them. And I'm not happy with the organization of that, but you also have them. You can also have them in your Google Drive as well. So sometimes that's a little better. But I'm going to click on Screencastify Practice. Oh, and the cookies in Chrome. Thanks, honey. And added the extension. Okay. Good. Thank you for sharing that. The cookie. Okay, so here's my video, which is taking a while because I'm in Zoom. But now I can go right here to interactive questions. So this is a video that I did some math on, and I used the My View board whiteboard. And I'm going to stop it just so it will stop moving. And then I'm going to go to interactive questions. And now it's going to load my video. I'm going to move this out of the way here. And this is where I can add the questions. So very Ed puzzly. I can play the video, and when I get to a place where I want to put a question,
we're going to do 6 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared.
So let's say I want to add a question. Where did that equation come from? And again, here is the time in the video. Then my question is here. My answers go here, and you have to have at least 2 answers. So you can do yes and no, true and false, but you can then do multiple choice. I could, I'm just, right, triangle theorem. I'm just pushing things out here real quick. And then let's say I want the Pythagorean theorem in here. Okay, and then what you'll do for the correct answer, which you have to mark one correct, and you only can mark one, is you're going to click there. Okay, you have 25 characters that you can put in there. So sometimes using some shortcuts is good. And then I'm going to save. And then I'll put the little dot there. And then I can hit play some more.
Then using order of operations.
And I could maybe skip ahead. And I think what I wanted to do here is put what is the next step. And then I can type in square root, both sides, square both sides. I can put in like other things, and then I can mark it correct, and then I save. And I can put as many questions as I want into my video. And then you're good. Like it auto saves it. I can even go in and add more in later. And then I have the capability up here in your tabs in the interactive questions to share it right here, copy that page or share it to the Google Classroom. So there's Amy, your Google Classroom integration. I can copy right here. Okay. Then I can also see here responses in live time. So we're going to talk about this in a minute, but Amy had asked this too. This platform is outstanding. Like I love this. I think it's pretty easy to see. You can't see it right now, but I'm going to jump into another in a minute. I've got an all tab for the whole class, the questions they got right and wrong, the students, and the questions. So we're going to come back to that in a minute. But let's say I don't want to look at that right now. I don't have anything to look at. So I'm going to go back to the video management page, which is up here in the top corner, which is basically your watch page. And then this is where, again, I have the interactive questions already set up now. So I can copy the share link. I can do the share apps. I can stop this, sorry. I can download some stuff like I've got, let's see, I add captions for our students that need it. And then I can copy the share link. So you're not going to get that functionality if you download it like an MP4, but this is where all the magic's going to happen up here. So I also have other share settings where I can, anyone with a link, or I can keep people in my organization there by hitting the edit feature. So this is ready to go. Like I can literally just copy this and share it out to you like we just did. So amazing features. The interactive video tab, again, is just interactive questions. So you hit interactive questions and it takes you out to your video. And then you've got the questions, the share, and the response. All right, now I'm running out of time. I'm always talking too much. Okay, so that's interactive questions. So now let's talk about those analytics. So first of all, let's say I don't do any interactive questions at all. You actually can see who views and who doesn't view your videos. So that's kind of nice. And Jamie, that I think is the part where maybe they're not worried about the skipping because you can see the view feature. And so that's in, that's right here again, all in one on this watch page. You don't have to go anywhere else. So I can go here to view. In fact, let me go out. Let me go out to the video that you guys just played with so you can see what a little more data looks like. So let's say I just wanted you to view it. Put that Jake last row. Hold on, I can see this is the bad part. I got to find it. Okay, so here is one that you guys looked at a minute ago, and I had you do 2 questions. I have analytics on just views. So let me stop this. So I'm going to click the viewers and I can see the views. So I can see who got on and then I can see when they got on and the number of views they used. So that's a little bit of data. Then let's say that's just for any video that you put out there and you share the copy link. If you do have interactive questions, then you can click down here in the view, or you can go to interactive questions. So you actually have a couple places you can go, all in one place. So let's look at that data now. So Amy, this is what that looks like. You can go to it again through interactive questions in the response tab up top. You can go through the views and you get all of this amazing data. And just for the sake of the time we have left, I'm just going to click around and show you all of this information. I'm clicking around really quickly is in that slide deck. So don't you worry. Average score, average questions answered. I can go to each student with a drop down and see how they did. I can go to questions and see how everybody did on those questions. Love it. Love it. I can see a whole list on each question of how they did with their answers. So I know so much. I mean, it's just everywhere. Like, it's great. I can click on the question here. I mean, it's all just a big melting pot of loveliness of how I can get that formative assessments. Love it. Okay. It's all in that same spot. All right. So all of that I just showed you, the analytics is just the viewing, which is new. You can see how much they viewed. And I've got that on a slide 20 there for you. You can see the number of views, the number of viewers, and then viewer details. That new dashboard that you have, which is that interactive question dashboard, that's what we just looked at. And I'll show you in here in the slides how to get to it, the couple different ways that we just talked about, all in your slide deck here. What you can click to see different things, all in that slide deck. Okay, so now I'm all caught up. So with the last 2 minutes that we have left together today, thank you guys so much. I know like your time is precious and you guys are working so hard. We appreciate you being here so much. This standard that goes with this tool for your students, the tech standard, is basically the creative communicator, where you are having them create videos, they're communicating efficiently and clearly. So that is one of the standards that kind of stands out from our tech standards. If you want to look at the Data Studio for more standards under the creative communicator or for other tools out there, you can go there. Then before you go, I need you to click on my Bitmoji here actually, I'll just click on it and I'll share it with you. Hold on. Copy. I'll put it in the chat. My bad. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. And there's oh shoot, sorry, it wasn't linked. If you just copy and paste that in there, my bad. Let me get you the real link. Let's the whole thing, shall we? Whoops. I need you to fill that out for your PD purposes. I'll put the live link in there. There you go, live link. Also, while you're filling that out, let me talk to you real quick about our Highlight Hub, which you might have seen. We pushed it out on Twitter and our Facebook page. And next week, our Tech Snacks is going out, and it's all going to be about the Highlight Hub. It's a new initiative for our teachers to share out what they're doing with ed tech and tools, and you get like badges and you can get swag eventually, but you get like your own digital portfolio. It keeps track of what you shared, and then your school has a digital portfolio as well. Looks great for your school. We're going to have school competitions, and so that highlight hub is pretty cool. Also, if you want to learn just more about Screencastify in general, they have a wonderful university page, and you can become a master caster or a skilled submitter or an excellent editor. It's a great way to learn how to use those features of recording and editing. And I've got my master Screencaster, but I haven't gotten the other two yet, so I'm going to work on those. But that link is there as well. So